Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game 1 of the Grand Canyon Invitational for the GCU Lopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Cheyenne Rose, and the Lopes are getting set to take on the Coyotes of the University of South Dakota. Ryan Denhart in the circle for the Lopes to start Game 1 here this evening, and the first pitch was fouled off for a strike. And Cheyenne, we'll get right to it. What do the Lopes have to do to get back to their winning ways here with the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game?
Well, with the Sanderson Ford 3 keys of the game, the first thing that is really important is lead off. What would be really helpful for the Lopes is getting that leadoff runner on every base to start the inning. And then second one, again, just getting on in general, getting on those bases, getting those runners in scoring position. And then finally, touch all the bags. The only way that you can really win a game here is to get all of the runners across, touching every one of those bags, and something that will help the Lopes here, as they did that well in that extra inning loss against UNLV on Sunday.
So the starting lineup for the Coyotes of South Dakota is right now currently batting the center fielder and leadoff batter Camille Fowler, followed by Karis Black, Courtney Wilson, Lauren Wobkin, Lauren E. Miguel, Elisa Signs, as that one's grounded. Bishop picks it up and will step on first for out number one, and then rounding out the order at the 7th spot, Mary Martin, Mia Kramer, and Jaden DeWitt. And in the circle for South Dakota will be Alexis Devers, as Karis Black now steps in. Her first at bat, and there's one down here in the top of the first inning. South Dakota lost about 30 minutes ago to Lehigh, as that one will be fouled off down the third base side, just missing that line. Count goes no balls and a strike. They lost 3-0 to the Mountain Hawks in Game 1 to open up the tournament, and now playing the second game of their doubleheader. Designated visiting team for this one. They're just the home team, and the Lopes will be the visiting team as soon as this one's over when they take on the Mountain Hawks of Lehigh. Friday they'll get Pacific in town, as well as Ohio State will be joining the GCU Invitational. Count is 1-1 to Black, the right fielder today for South Dakota. That one right to the second baseman and over to Bishop, as Olsen is right there to make the play. And now quickly 2 down here in the top of the first for GCU, and to bounce around the defense for the Lopes, it's Lily Bishop at first, Lorianne Olsen at second. In the hole at short is Kristen Fifield. Savannah Torville playing the hot corner at third, and the outfield from left to right, Mickey Cavarubio, Gianna Nicoletti, and Jaden Reed. And of course, as mentioned before, Ryan Denhart in the circle with Kaylee Holland behind the plate. And the first pitch to Wilson will be inside for ball one. Denhart's 2-5 on the season, thrown 2 complete games as well. She's got a 4.78 ERA. That one will be grounded right back at Denhart, over to Bishop to end the top of the first inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Lopes. They'll send Nicoletti, Torville, and Bishop to the plate in the bottom of the first inning.
It's time for the upcoming schedule, brought to you by BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. Softball continues the GCU Invitational this week with an exciting matchup against Ohio State Friday at 5:30 p.m., followed by a doubleheader on Saturday, starting with Pacific at 4:30 p.m. and South Dakota at 6:30 p.m. And you can catch it all here on GCU TV.
As the WAC tournament for basketball is kicking off tonight, the women at 8:30 p.m. they'll take on Bakersfield in a 3-6 matchup, and then tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 the men's team takes on the University of Missouri-Kansas City at 2:30 there to kick off their WAC Vegas run in the 4-5 game, as volleyball's hitting the road this weekend too, I believe. They'll be on the road for a while. Baseball just finished up their 2-game set with Arkansas. Unfortunately dropped a very close one today,
today was
10-9. They were right there in it all the way up to the end. A game-ending double play off the bat of Avidia. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the GCU starting lineup brought to you by Cox Business. It's Gianna Nicoletti and to lead off. Savannah Torville, Lily Bishop batting cleanup is Kristen Fifield. In the 5 spot, it's Kaylee Holland, then Lorianne Olson in 7, 8, 9. Mickey Cavarubio, Jaden Reed, and Brooke Cantillo, who's the designated player today. And that is the Lopes batting order. In the circle for South Dakota, number 13, Alexis Devers. She will get things started with the top half of the Lopes lineup as Gianna Nicoletti. She's had one of the better hitting performances for the Lopes as of past couple of games. First pitch to her is a ball, and the count is 1-0. Long look into the dugout, get the signs for Devers. She'll deliver the 1-0 pitch to Nicoletti, who fouled that one off into the netting. Devers 2-5 on the season with a 3.21 ERA. 1 complete game, 56 2/3 innings of work. As the 1-1 is low and away for ball 2. She's walked 31 while striking out 34. Opponents are batting .257 against her on the season. Two-1 to Nicoletti, slapped to short. Throw on to first in time as E. Miguel was right there to make the play. And now Savannah Torville will step into the batter's box, look to get things going for the Lopes. Taking a couple long looks to get the sign. First pitch, Torville ripped right back up the middle into center field, and the first hit of the ball game will go to Savannah Torville. It'll be a 1-out single to bring up Lily Bishop, who had a big home run on Sunday in that game against UNLV.
You look at that one again, just hit really nicely right down that gap in center field for a great base hit, allowing the Lopes to get that person on there.
Torville does have 1 stolen base on the season. First pitch to Bishop, inside, just gonna miss that inside corner. Count goes 1 ball, no strikes. Bishop batting .286 on the season so far, 15 RBIs for the Lopes first baseman. 1-0. Bishop grounded, foul down the third base side. Count will even itself up 1 ball and 1 strike. South Dakota comes into this one at 11-17 on the season. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Lopes coming to this one 5-20. This is the Lopes' final home tournament before WAC play kicks off next weekend. They'll host Kansas City to kick off WAC play as they have their sights set on a WAC title and an NCAA tournament berth. 2-1, Bishop fouled off. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes with Fifield standing in the on-deck circle. Two to Bishop. She will ground that one slowly in the hole at short, throwing to first in time, but Torville moves over to second, so with 2 down, the Lopes have a runner in scoring position. And speaking of big home runs, Kristen Fifield hit the home run in the bottom of the 7th to tie it against UNLV on Sunday and send that one into extras before the Lopes fell 8-7.
Yeah, that was a really tough loss there for the Lopes. As we mentioned during that tournament last weekend, that UNLV was that dominant force, won every game in that tournament, and the first time that the Lopes faced them, taking that 7-1 loss early that Friday night and coming back and playing them in extras, just really showing more dominance in that second game.
First pitch, a ball to Fifield, 1-0. Outside again, 2 balls and no strikes goes the count with 2 down. Of course, the Coyotes of South Dakota play in the Summit League. Two-0 pitch, outside again. 3 balls, no strikes to Fifield. Looking to bring Torville around for the first run of the ball game. She's standing on second base after that single right back up the middle into center field a couple of batters ago. 3-0. Outside, walked Fifield. Bring up the Lopes catcher, Kaylee Holland. 2 on and 2 away here.
Catcher, number 12, Kaylee Holland.
So Lopes send their 5th batter of the inning to the plate. She steps in, she's ready to go. Devers looking to get out of this one. First pitch to Holland inside, missing that part of the plate again. So the 4th pitch in a row now, or the 5th pitch in a row to that same spot. 5th ball in a row as well. 1-0 to Kaylee Holland.
Holland got her first home run back last weekend against
One in there for a strike.
Montana. So Holland does have that power to get that ball over the wall. Be a nice 3-run shot if she could do that here.
1-1 outside corner, called strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 2 outs and 2 on for the Lopes catcher. One-two. That one fouled off down the left field line. Count still remains a ball and 2 strikes here. One-two pitch to Kaylee Holland. Will be right back into the circle, and Devers knocks it down and makes a throw over to first to retire the side. So 1 hit, a walk, 2 runners left on base. No errors for South Dakota. The score remains nothing after 1. We'll go to the second when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Across the green desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford, satisfaction in everything we do. We're Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
Back inside the GCU softball stadium for inning number 2, leading off the top of the second will be number 11, the second baseman for South Dakota, Lauren Wobkin. So Denhart coming out for inning number 2. She threw 10 pitches in the first. Off-speed pitch just going to miss outside for a ball. Count goes 1-0 to Wopkin. Up high. Got the top of the corner of the zone there on the outside part of the plate. Count goes even, a ball and a strike now to Wopkin as Coyotes also entered this one on now an 8-game losing streak. They went 0-5 at the Wildcat Invitational over the weekend before traveling here to Phoenix. 2-1 goes the count. Two-1 grounded right back at Denhart. She'll make the easy throw over to Bishop. And that will be the first out of inning number 2. And it's actually a 9-game losing streak for South Dakota. They played yesterday at number 15 Arizona State and lost that one 5-0 before the loss here today to Lehigh. One's going to be fouled off, out of play, as E. Miguel steps in. Oh, 0-1 delivered from Ryan Denhart. Swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch. Got her swinging. No balls, 2 strikes goes the count with 1 down. Denhart looking for her first strikeout victim of the evening. Denhart sets, winds, delivers the 0-2. Outside, just going to miss for ball 1. So 1-2 goes the count now for Ryan Denhart to the shortstop, E. Miguel. 1-2. Flown into center field. On to make the grab is Nicoletti for out number 2. So the first ball that's left the infield today for South Dakota is an easy fly ball to the Lopes center fielder. Makes the easy grab, ranging over a few steps to her left, making that grab as Alicia Signs, the third baseman, number 7, comes up to bat now for South Dakota. Batting .228 on the season. Ball in the dirt. Holland keeps it in front. 1 ball, no strikes now to Signs. Arizona native, freshman. Slow roller Bishop. She's going to take it herself and just beat out the speedy Signs to first base. So that will retire the side. In the top of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Lopes coming to bat in the bottom of the second.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV25 to get 25% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple and Lopes up.
Of course, the Lope shop. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, just a reminder, the code, as you see on the screen, GCUTV25.
GCU TV 25, Lope Shop, carrying amazing items all the time.
Could get a new jacket.
Could, you never know. It's raining today.
Yeah.
Let's take another look at how close this one was. About a half a step. Lily Bishop beat her out by.
Very close one there.
A little too close for comfort.
Little bit.
For some.
For some, but I'm sure Bishop knew what she was doing.
Lily knew she had her all the way.
Exactly.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're
Bishop
fine.
knew what she was doing.
Well, the Lopes are going to send the 6, 7, and 8 batters, Lorianne Olson, Mickey Cava-Rubio, and Jaden Reed to the plate here in the bottom of the second. They We're able to get one hit and a walk to put 2 runners on in the first, unable to bring them around. So we'll see if Olsen can get us going and get us started here in inning number 2, possibly start the scoring. She'll settle in, and so does Alexis Devers. Olsen takes high and outside, 1-0 goes the count. Take another look at that wristband, that quarterback-looking wristband, getting the call from the dugout. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes to Lorianne Olsen. She'll foul that one off now. 2-1 goes the count. Olsen, the lone senior in this starting lineup today. One of 2 seniors for GCU, the other being Brianna Aguilar.
Yeah, Lopes have a mainly younger roster as we've seen those freshmen work their way into those starting positions here, like Covarubio, who's on deck, and Reed as well.
Olsen's going to foul that one off into the screen to make the count go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here for Lorianne Olsen, leading off the bottom of the 2nd inning. Also playing second base for the Lopes. "3-2. Walked Olsen, her 2nd walk of the game for Devers. And the Lopes get their leadoff man aboard.
Now batting left fielder number 6, Mickey Covarubio.
It's Mickey Covarubio steps in, squaring a bunt, will pull back, take that one in for a strike. Count goes 0-1. 3 freshmen in the lineup for the Lopes today. Covarubio being one of them. The other 2 are Fifield and Reed, who's standing in the on-deck circle. Squares to bunt again, lays that one down this time. It's going to be a close one at first. It's going to get away, and Covarubio will go to second. Olsen at third, rounding third. Thought about going home. She'll go back. And with nobody out, the Lopes have 2 in scoring position for Jaden Reed here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning.
Now batting right fielder number 4, Jaden Reed.
That one's going to be a close play at first, as Signs couldn't quite make the throw to DeWitt over there at first base. Now the Lopes threatening with 2. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. First pitch to Reed down the middle for a strike. Count goes no balls and a strike now. As Brooke Cantillo stands on deck for the Lopes. 0-1 pitch to Reed outside. Going to be a ball. And a big jump off of second base that time for Mickey Covarubio. One. Reed swung on and missed. Up high there for a strike. That one near the upper half of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count to the Lopes right fielder today. 1-2. Reed fouls it off. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jaden Reed looking for RBIs, number 7 and 8 right here, possibly 9. She hits a home run. 1-2. Reed swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Devers, and the first strikeout of the game will make it 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Number 9, Brooke Cantino.
Brooke Cantillo steps in. She's looking for a couple RBIs here. It'd be her second and third on the season. It's 1 out. Outside, first pitch to Cantillo. Count goes 1-0. In there for a strike on the inside half of the plate there. Count goes even, 1 ball and a strike to the designated player. So Cantillo batting for Ryan Denhart. 1-1 pitch. Inside part again, going to be called a strike. So now Devers quickly working back ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. She was able to strike out Reed on the last at-bat in this situation. Of course, Gianna Nicoletti looking to come up, possibly do some damage with runners on as well. 1-2 pitch to Cantillo outside. Waste 1 there. 2 balls and 2 strikes goes the count. Two up high, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Brooke Cantillo. Three-two. Cantillo fouls it off, staying alive. Count is full to Cantillo with 1 away, and Olsen on third, Cavarubio on second. Three-two pitch again. That one fouled off again. Cantillo staying alive. Get ready for our third straight 3-2 pitch to Cantillo. That one's popped up high. Tagging from third is Olsen. She'll be in there ahead of the throw, and tagging from second to third is Cavarubio. So a sac fly RBI for Brooke Cantillo as Fowler makes the catch. It was a good throw. Wasn't going to get Olsen, but a on-target throw that just happened to bounce away from Martin. And the Lopes are up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second.
We look at that one more time, then you see the throw getting away from her, allowing Cavarubio to tag to third.
Now a little infield circle visit now to get back on track for South Dakota. It's a 1-0 Lopes lead. They still have a runner on third, so Nicoletti can do some damage with an RBI. She grounded out to E. Miguel back in the first to start off the game. First pitch to Nicoletti in the dirt. Ball 1. A pitch is up high for ball number 2, and it's quickly 2 balls, no strikes now to Gianna Nicoletti. 2-0, Nicoletti will take that one down the middle for a strike. 2 balls, One strike, a 2-1 count with 2 away. And Covarubio standing on third, 60 feet away from scoring. Excuse me. Still in that baseball mode from over the weekend. 2-1 pitch, outside corner. Just going to miss there as well. 3 balls and a strike to Gianna Nicoletti now. Nicoletti fouls that one off. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. South Dakota trying to get out of this one with just a 1-run deficit after allowing the first 2 base runners of the inning for the Lopes. 3-2 pitch. Nicoletti grounded up the middle into the hole at short. E. Miguel can't get it out of her glove in time. Nicoletti's going to have an infield single with an RBI attached to it, and it's 2-0 Lopes.
Third baseman Savannah Torville.
Yeah, it just looked like she wasn't sure if she should throw it home or if she should throw it to first, and just kind of got stuck by herself there and didn't have a play to make.
So Torville, she singled back in the first. Takes a big cut at that one. Throw to get Nicoletti. Not going to be in time. She's in there ahead of the throw. Good throw from Martin behind the plate, but some 2-out aggressiveness on the base pass from Nicoletti and Coach Pearson gives Gianna Nicoletti a stolen base. Oh, 1 to Torville. Fouled off. And the surprising stat here is Torville still searching for home run number 1 on the season.
Wow.
For her.
We've seen the power that has hit with foul balls, getting them almost to being home runs. So that's a surprising stat there, Kyle.
She hit quite a few last season. 0-2 outside, going to be a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Savannah Torville. She was one of the Lopes power hitters last season. One, 2 to Torville. Crushed down the third base line, but hard hit ball goes foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs, and Nicoletti on second base. Nicoletti's 6th stolen base in as many attempts on the season just moments ago after the infield single. 1-2 count to Torville. Crushed that one foul and well out of play.
Fans, we remind you to please return all foul balls to the bucket by the third base dugout.
Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes after back-to-back foul balls from Savannah Torville.
Thank you for your cooperation.
1-2, Torville takes. Just missing the outside part of the plate. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, Torville slapped up the middle again. That's going to be back-to-back base hits, and they're going to send Nicoletti. She's in easily, and it's 3-0 Lopes after back-to-back singles from Savannah Torville and Gianna Nicoletti. And now the Lopes bat's coming to life.
So look at that one again, bouncing over the pitcher's head and then unable to be gloved there by the shortstop. And as you mentioned, Kyle, allowing that last run to come in pretty easily there.
Bishop 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to E. Miguel. Back in the first. She'll take first pitch. Low and away for ball 1. So Lily Bishop looking to extend the inning further for the Lopes. They've scored all 3 runs with 2 outs on 2 hits and an error. That one will be poked, but An easy fly out there to Wopkin to end the inning. So 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base, but the Lopes get 3. We'll be back with the 3rd inning when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Came through drippin', came through drippin', came through drippin', diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
As a kid, I always dreamed of being a Division I athlete. GCU supported that dream. At my new church, I've been given the opportunity to get involved with our refugee soccer program. It's a bunch of kids from kind of all over that don't necessarily have support at home. I'm now able to implement the things that I learned at GCU to help these kids have a better future. I'm Mackenzie and I graduated with a master's online from GCU.
There's a thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Rock a showstopper, beats, get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder. Everybody here, get it out of control.
Back inside the GCU softball stadium for inning number 3 after the Lopes dropped 3 runs in the 2nd inning for a 3-0 lead. Denhart, 2 innings of work so far on 20 pitches. She's gone 3 up, 3 down in both those innings. So Martin, Kramer, and DeWitt, 7, 8, and 9 due up here for South Dakota. Denhart's first pitch of the inning in there for a strike to the catcher, Mary Martin. Oh, 1 pitch. Outside corner called strike 2. Good pitch from Ryan Denhart on the off speed. And an even better job by Kaylee Holland getting that one back in the zone. Oh, 2 up high, missing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Ryan Denhart. Off speed, gonna miss a little bit low there. Even the count out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two. Popped into the air. Nicoletti getting under it. She'll make the grab for out number 1. So Denhart retires Martin, and here comes Mia Kramer, number 12 in the 8 batter today. The right-handed freshman from Lonsdale, Minnesota. She'll step in for her first at-bat, the designated player today, hitting for Devers. Inside part of the plate, called strike 1. Great pitch from Ryan Denhart. Oh, 1. Another good pitch from Ryan Denhart. Right down the middle on that outer half of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes now to Mia Kramer. Oh, 2 swung on and missed, got away. Looks like she got a piece of it. She'll stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Still looking for her first strikeout of the game is the Lopes pitcher, Ryan Denhart. One-two, a little bit low. Or now it's a 1-2 pitch. It's out the 0-2 count. Pitch was a little bit low. First ball of the at-bat. One away here in the top of the third here in game 1 for the Lopes, game 2 of the day of the the Grand Canyon Invitational. Inside corner called strike 3. And the first strike out of the game for Ryan Denhart with 2 away in the top of the third will bring up the third baseman, number 6, Jaden DeWitt, the sophomore from Spring, Texas. Playing first base today in the infield. First pitch from Denhart, fouled off. Down the third base side off the Lopes dugout and into left field. No balls, 1 strike is the count, 2 away. As the overcast day keeps getting more and more overcast as this game moves on. Getting a little bit darker.
Yeah, hopefully this game can avoid any rain from happening, as well as game number 2.
Rain pretty much all morning here at GCU. That one right into the glove of Savannah Torville. And a third straight 1-2-3 inning for Denhart and the Lopes. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's a 3-0 GCU lead. They will send Fifield, Holland, and Olsen in the bottom of the third.
Now it's time for the Canyon State standings, brought to you by the Canyon State Credit Union. See GCU sitting there in 6th, starting off with Utah Valley, and then New Mexico State there in 2nd, Calbap in 3rd, Seattle in 4th, Kansas City in 5th, and Bakersfield in 7th. As we mentioned before, Kyle, walk play starting next week.
Against the Roos.
Yeah. Should be a...
Who were set to host the 2020 WAC tournament before it was moved here to GCU for the 2nd straight year.
Yeah, so back-to-back years with GCU hosting that tournament, so that'll be some good fun there.
So the Lopes and the Roos will get set to play next weekend as spring break comes to an end here at GCU.
Well, let's get through spring break first before it ends, please.
Couple more days.
Oh, yep. Counting them down.
So Devers comes out for inning number 3.
Oh, cool. Don't know.
And we will have a new pitcher and for Devers. Sarah Lisco, number 17, will come in for South Dakota as the first pitch to Fifield, who walked back in the first and then was stranded on first base, is going to be a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Kristen Fifield. Fifield right back up the middle off of Lisco, and she'll be aboard. So another infield base hit single. Sarah Lisco couldn't quite control that one as Kaylee Holland due back up. She's 0 for 1 today. Lopes 2nd straight inning, getting their leadoff batter aboard. See what Holland can do. She grounded out to first, her first time up. That was to end the first inning. Holland squares to bunt. She will lay one down. Lisco spinning and throwing over to Wopkin for out number 1 as Fifield advances to second base. And Lorianne Olsen, who also walked her first time up, back in the second, is due back up now. She is the one of the 3 Lopes runs today. She scored on the sac fly from Brooke Cantillo. First pitch to Olsen is outside and low for ball 1. Count goes 1 ball, no strikes now. South Dakota just looking for some answers here on the defensive side.
Yeah, they've had a few not little...
That one's going to squirt through the legs of E. Miguel, and aboard is Lorianne Olson, and runners on the corners with 1 out.
And as we were just saying, those little errors there that have just plagued South Dakota. Not being another one there, allowing the runners to advance.
Second error of the game for the Coyotes, as Mickey Cavarubio will come up now with 1 out, runners on the corners. She reached on an error back in the second. She takes the first pitch in for a strike. It's an 0-1 count. So the left-hander, Sarah Lisko, grounded right back up off the glove of Lisko. That's going to score 1, and off the bag was DeWitt. And another base hit for the Lopes and an RBI for Mickey Cavarubio. With still 1 out, runners still on the corners.
Right fielder, Jaden Reed.
Reed struck out her first time up, now settling in for at-bat number 2. So a base hit with an RBI, second infield single of the inning as Reed squares around a bunt, and easily advancing over to second is Cavarubio, with Olson standing on third after bringing in Fifield. 0-1 pitch. Right back up the middle into the gap. Gonna score another run and an RBI base hit for Jaden Reed. It's 5-0 GCU.
You saw there Cavarubio running back to second as she thought it would be caught there. Ball getting past the glove of the shortstop there. And so Cavarubio thought about running but then stayed on second. So smart playing there instead of trying to get that extra base there and staying to the Lopes. Keep only 1 out.
That one right back up the middle as well. Here comes Cavarubio to the plate. No play. She's in. It's 6-0 Lopes. A base hit single and an RBI in the second of the game for Brooke Cantillo. And the Lopes back-to-back 3-run innings, and with only 1 out and the order turning back over, we could be in store for a huge inning for the Lopes. Take another look at that one. Driven the opposite way into left center. Lopes bats really starting to come alive here in this one. Nicoletti squares to bunt. She'll take for a strike. Runners on first and second. Oh, 0-1 count. It's Gianna Nicoletti. Still standing in there. Watch that one. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Reed and Cantillo standing on first and second. RBI single for Nicoletti back in the second inning. Oh, 2 outside. First ball of the at-bat. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Gianna Nicoletti. Looking to tack on to this 6-0 GCU advantage here in the third inning. 1-2. Fouled off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two count as Sarah Lisko, number 17, who came in for Alexis Devers, has not had the best start to this third inning. Is that one outside? 2 balls, 2 strikes. She's given up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and just 6 batters faced so far. No extra base hits just yet for the Lopes. 2-2. Nicoletti, slow grounder into the hole at short. Not going to be in time. Here comes Reed to the plate. Cantillo, Nicoletti advance to third and second, respectively, in a 7-0 GCU lead. So another infield single for the Lopes, but an error on the throw attempt that scored Reed as Torville settles in. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles into center field and an RBI as well.
I'm sure she would love to add to that RBI total here, Kyle.
First pitch, Torville popped it up foul, but it'll get out of play into that Lopes bullpen area. Or excuse me, yes, still has 1 RBI. Thought she did. I was correct. Okay. I was second-guessing myself for a second there. It's like she scored Nicoletti. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. She scored Gianna Nicoletti back in the second. 0-1 pitch goes outside and high for ball 1, and now the count is 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and runners on second and third for GCU, looking to jump on a 7-0 advantage that they have right now in the third. Plated 3 in the last inning and 4 so far here. 1-1. Torville, another single. That's going to score at least 1, make it 2. And in there standing up is Cantillo Nicoletti, and the third single for Savannah Torville today results in 2 more RBIs. And it's a 9-0 Lopes lead.
First baseman, Lily Bishop.
Lily Bishop settles in. One of 3 Lopes today without a base hit is Lily Bishop. She'll take that one up high and still in the zone, however. Count goes no balls and 1 strike. Still 1 away.
Yeah, Bishop grounded out back in the first and then popped up in the second.
9th Lopes batter of the inning as Fifield, who started off this inning, is more than likely going to be due back up unless there's a double play here. So 6 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors here in this inning for GCU. Torville on first. It's a 0-2 count to Lily Bishop. Bishop ground ball to second, over to E. Miguel, but the throw over to first not in time, so gonna get Torville the lead runner at second with 2 outs, and now the 10th Lopes batter will come up to the plate. It's Kristen Fifield. She's 1 for 1 today. So got a pair of home runs on the season. She singled and scored to lead off this inning. First pitch to Fifield. Outside, ball 1. In Cheyenne, perhaps one of the best innings for the Lopes offense here this season that we're seeing.
Yeah, this is, I mean, putting up 6 runs here and having the leadoff batter back at home plate right now is a great thing for the Lopes.
And right back at Lisco. In time to retire the side, but not before. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base. The Lopes are up 9-0 on the Coyotes. We'll be back for inning number 4 right here on GCU TV.
But we already have the best student section in the whole country.
I know, but what can we do to take this thing to the next level?
Guys, I think I've got an idea.
Whoa.
They ain't gonna get any better than that.
So one key component that makes the Waste Management Phoenix Open so successful is Cox Business. Over 700,000 people are going to come enjoy TPC Scottsdale, from digital TV to digital phones to security, and most importantly, that free Wi-Fi all over this property. We simply couldn't do it without a partner like Cox Business. We're grateful, we're thankful, it's a hole-in-one.
Back for inning number 4. It's a 9-0 GCU lead as Denhart back out for inning number 4. 3 innings so far, 1 strikeout on 32 pitches. And she'll face Camille Fowler in the lineup for the second time now. So Fowler, the leadoff batter. Everybody 0 for 1 today. So second time through for South Dakota.
Denhart doing a great job having 1, 2, 3 innings, getting them up in the 3 up, 3 down, and giving her team that advantage, and then her team really working that, as we saw, getting 6 runs across in that last half inning.
First pitch in there right down the pipe for strike number 1. 0-1 count to the center fielder, Camille Fowler.
Now, Kyle, if the score does stay as it is here, once we get to the 5th, this game would be over.
That it would, Cheyenne. That it would. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Denhart has not been behind in a lot of these at-bats so far through the first 3 innings of play. She's ahead here. We're going to keep up the momentum. One, 2. Outside corner going to miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Denhart looks in. Gets the sign from Holland. And will wind deliver the 2-2 as well up high. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Camille Fowler from Ryan Denhart. Payoff pitch from Denhart. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 and out number 1 of the 4th inning for Ryan Denhart and the Lopes defense. Bouncing back after 2 straight balls from Ryan Denhart. She bounces back, gets the strikeout as Karis Black comes up. Freshman right fielder grounded out to Olsen. Back in the 1st. She'll check her swing, but foul that one off and well out of play. Settling back in now is Black. Oh, 1 down low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Denhart just over the 40 pitch count threshold now, averaging about 10 or so an inning, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch from Denhart. Gonna 1 hop on the off speed. So now Karis Black, she's ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th. Denhart looks in, gets the sign. She'll deliver. 2-1 outside. 3 balls and 1 strike now is the count to Karis Black. Denhart will take a step out of the circle for a moment, rub some dirt on that pitching hand, get ready to go. Gonna bounce back after 3 straight balls here in this at bat. 3-1 Swung on, flying out to Gianna Nicoletti is Karis Black for out number 2. On that check swing. Left fielder Courtney Wilson rounded out to Bishop. It was a very close play at first, her first time up.
Yeah, Bishop taking that ball herself instead of tossing it off to Olsen. Barely beat it out by about a half a step there.
About a half a step, yeah.
Yeah. It's a little too close for comfort, as we mentioned earlier, but Bishop knew what she was doing.
Squaring to bunt, it's going to go foul. Count goes no balls, 1 strike. Denhart comes set, delivers the 0-1. One swung on and fouled off again. No balls, 2 strikes from Ryan Denhart to Courtney Wilson of South Dakota. It's a 9-0 Lopes advantage. South Dakota still looking for a base runner of some sort here. Has yet to have one today. No balls, 2 strike count. Off-speed pitch, fouled off on a check swing. Denhart liked that pitch. It's a really late swing from Wilson. Just got a piece of it, got enough of it to foul it off. So another 0-2 pitch from Ryan Denhart. That one grounded into the hole at short. Fifield fires, and she's out at first. And a strong throw from Kristen Fifield and a good scoop from Lily Bishop. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 9-0. Lopes have the lead going to the bottom of the 4th.
The Drowsy Chaperone is the latest from the College of Fine Arts and Production, featuring explosive twists and turns. This hilarious comedy opens with a theater fanatic listening to his favorite cast album that comes to life right before his eyes. It all begins March 20th at Effington Theater. Get your tickets now. We see that March 20th through the 22nd and the 27th through the 29th, and you can get in for free with your GCU student ID.
Again.
Yeah.
Free tickets.
Free
free
things.
tickets.
Free things for
More
college.
free things, and it's not a shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give out shirts. Do they have t-shirt time in the theater?
That is not a thing that happens.
At intermission?
No.
T-shirt time?
That's not.
They should.
That would be very interesting.
That would get me in.
Yeah.
Would get me involved. Yes, it would.
Okay.
Lopes will send Holland, Olsen, and Cavarubio to the plate. Holland and Olsen still one of those 3 Lopes without a hit, but both of them looking to change that here.
Holland did have that sacrifice back in the 3rd.
We have a new pitcher for Sarah Lisco. She only went 1 inning, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned through 24 pitches in that 3rd inning. Number 18, Holly Fletcher, will come into the game now to pitch, the right-handed freshman from California, who is 2-7 on the season in 16 appearances. She started 6 games. She's got a pair of saves, 6.93 ERA in 32 1/3 innings of work, giving up 39 runs. 32 of those are earned. 16 walks and 20 strikeouts, and opponents are batting .370 against her.
Lopes looking to do some more damage that they did. Had the 3 back in the 2nd.
Definitely looking to do
6 back in the 3rd.
some huge damage there in that 3rd inning. Perhaps 2 of the best strung together innings the Lopes offense has had all season. Now, over the weekend, however, they did have a good scoring and offensive weekend. They had 34 hits and 19 runs over the 3-day stretch, those 5 games in 3 days.
Well, they're currently 9 for 17 right now, so I mean that's.
What was that, like 500? A little bit over. 529 team batting average. First pitch to Holland. Up high for ball 1, 1-0 count. Again, the Lopes get set 30 minutes after this one to take on the Mountain Hawks of Lehigh. They'll be the visiting team, so hey, they're going to get a chance early to jump on the Mountain Hawks. The Mountain Hawks did defeat this South Dakota team 3-0 earlier today, just before this one. 1-1 count now to Kaylee Holland. Of course, the all-time series against this South Dakota team, 2-2. All meetings have happened here in Phoenix. They met 2 times last year, splitting. That one fouled off, 1-2 count. Splitting those 2 meetings, a Lopes 3-0 win and a Coyotes 4-1 win. And then they split back in 2018 as well. The Coyotes 10-1 and the Lopes 12-3 in those 2 meetings back a couple of years ago. So the Lopes looking to take the series advantage at 3-2 with a win here. 1-2 to Holland up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. South Dakota just 1-5 on the season on the road this year so far. That one popped straight up into the air, making the grab is the catcher Martin. And that's out number 1. So Holland's retired. Here comes Lorianne Olson. She walked and scored back in the 2nd. And looks like a Lopes pinch hitter.
Pitch hitting for the Lopes, number 15, Christine Bellavia.
Christine Bellavia, she'll pinch hit for Lorianne Olson, and some changes on the defensive side for South Dakota. Holbert comes in at 2nd. Signs moves over to short. Wobkin will move from 2nd to 3rd. Outfield stays the same, and DeWitt at 1st will stay the same as well. First pitch to Bellavia. Fouled off. Bellavia 0 for 1 this season. Looking to get her first hit on the year. (0-2) now goes the count. No balls, 2 strikes to the Lopes pinch hitter.
Lopes look like they also have another pinch hitter on deck.
Bellavia sends that one into left. On to make the grab is Wilson for out number 2.
So it'll be Araceli Pasquera coming up to pinch hit for Covarubio.
Number 10, Araceli Pasquera.
Araceli Pasquera, she's got 4 hits, batting .200 on the season. She'll come in to pinch hit for Mickey Covarubio. Fouls that one off. 0-1 count to Pesquiera. Fletcher's pitch outside. Ball 1. It's a 1-1 count now to Araceli Pesquiera. looking for her 5th hit on the year. 1-1. Outside corner, paints it, called strike 2. 1-2 with 2 outs now for Pesquiera. The top of the 5th could be the final inning unless 2 runs come across for South Dakota. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout for Fletcher. Will end the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on, no errors. Still a 9-0 GCU lead. We'll be back with the top of the 5th right here on GCU TV.
Fans, remember to head down to the concession stand.
Sanderson Ford has been straight up with our customers for the past 65 years. We've climbed to the top with a no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense approach to selling Fords. No games, just straight up to provide the most value and best experience for our customers.
They support local sports and donate generously to local charities with a strong emphasis on kids and military.
If it's important to you to do business with someone who supports our community,
choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up.
We needed one more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Yeah, I don't have that stat. Back inside the GCU softball stadium. Ready to go. Inning number 5 for Ryan Denhart. It'll be Lauren Wobkin. She'll lead it off. First pitch from Denhart outside, ball 1.
So potentially here, Kyle, the Coyotes are down to their final 3 outs.
Yes. Yes, 9 strikes. 9 strikes away.
9 strikes. That is how math works.
Yes, see, look, we can do math on a Wednesday night. That one
That's
popped
impressive.
up into center. Nicoletti ranging back. She'll make the grab for out number 1. One away in the top of the 5th. Gabby Holbert, the second baseman, just came into the game. She'll come up for her first AB, and she'll watch the first pitch from Denhart in for a strike. No balls, 1 strike is the count. 1 down, top of the 5th. Denhart outside corner, call strike 2. South Dakota looking to avoid their 2nd straight game of the day being shut out. It'd be at least number 3 in a row after getting shut out yesterday against number 15 ASU. Lopes looking for win number 6 on the season. 0-2 count. Outside corner again. Gonna miss that time. Not by a whole lot, but just enough. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count now.
If this game were to end here, this would definitely be a huge win for the Lopes.
A lot of momentum going forward.
A lot of momentum for that game against Lehigh. Should be about 30 minutes after this one.
1-2. Holland couldn't quite squeeze that one into the glove. That one went foul. Torville came in to say something to her. Relaying a message, it looks like, possibly from the dugout. Denhart steps back into the circle, looks in, gets her sign, comes set, and will deliver the 1-2 pitch. Foul off again. So Gabby Holbert staying alive. Denhart just 2 strikeouts on the evening so far. Off-speed pitch, just got a piece of that. Was Holbert. That was a good off-speed pitch from Denhart. She wanted that one. Lopes in those light gray uniforms. this evening. I like those.
Yeah, I haven't seen those ones
Those
yet.
are
These
those are
ones.
new this season to me.
I like these ones.
I do like the gray.
Mhm.
Seen a lot of white so far this year from the Lopes.
A lot of white. Yeah.
Yet to see a purple.
I've seen the purple.
Off of Denhart's glove. And over to first. No throw made by Torville, so Holbert's aboard. Well, that's going to end the perfect game bid from Ryan Denhart. So here comes Alicia Signs now. 0 for 1 today. They're going to rule that one a base hit, so the no-hitter's gone as well. It's upsetting. I was ready.
You are. Made sure no one said
I wasn't
anything.
saying anything.
You're going to wait.
It's avoiding the commentator's curse. See, I can't be blamed for this one. I cannot be blamed.
You didn't say it out loud.
That means I didn't say anything. I was thinking it, but I wasn't saying it.
Thinking can be
Everyone was
dangerous.
thinking.
Everyone was thinking it.
Someone must have said it in the dugout.
That's what it was.
It's got to be somebody.
Someone said it.
That one popped up to Olsen. Out number 2 now. Here on the top of the 5th.
Catcher, Mary Martin.
Mary Martin, the catcher. She's 0 for 1 on the day as well. She'll come up, try to extend the inning and the game for a moment. Home run here puts us at the bottom of the 5th. One fouled off by Martin. Oh, 1. Grounded right back at Ryan Denhart. That's going to end this one. A 9-0 Lopes victory over the South Dakota Coyotes in a one-hit shutout for Ryan Denhart.
Yeah, up until that last inning, having that perfect game intact. But still, an absolutely great game put up here by the Lopes. That 6-run third inning, just
big difference maker.
Absolutely a great. I mean, the putting 3 up in the second, great as well. But
so the Lopes score 9 runs on 9 hits and 3 South Dakota errors. The Coyotes fall to 11-18 on the season, and the Lopes will advance to 6-20 on the season. After this win against South Dakota, they'll be right back here in about 30-ish minutes from now as they will take on the 8-8 Lehigh Mountain Hawks in Game 2 of the doubleheader. We'll see if the Lopes can keep it going when we come back, so don't go anywhere. Stay right here on GCU TV for game number 2, and we'll be back.
We will be back.
Lopes Mountain Hawks coming up right here on GCU TV.